Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 versus 1 on Angoville. The fields of Angoville. We shall be seeing Outverse. No, he's not the friendly and more charming version of Inverse from another dimension. It's just Inverse with a Smurf account. Yes, I know. I'm sorry if anyone got their hopes up. Those playing as the Wehrmacht, playing as the 2nd Panzerdivision, playing on a Smurf account, which we hopefully shall be seeing no more of in coming years too. Yay! Opposing him shall be Nonsensei, taking on the fight as the Americans, as the 1st Infantry Division. Nonsensei takes no nonsense from anybody. Terrible puns included, from me especially. But we are of course seeing a bit of a spread out right here by Inverse. He's in fact going for the resource points. MG42 out. Schwers MG42 is the starting unit aus die Wehrmacht quarters. Quite interesting. We're also seeing a 2-engineer start from a Nonsensei. Well, he's the only one who can technically do a 2-engineer start, since of course the other chap's pioneers, but details. Rifling out first there. And by God, this is again a start some very higher ranking players do use, those that are probably a bit more proficient in the micromanagement aspect, and can actually handle this, because this is something that can be a bit tricky, since of course you will be advancing out first with a support unit, which if caught off guard will be in a slightly less than hilarious situation. So of course they're not really suited for maneuvering, in particular when logging around a huge MG42 on a tripod. Buying out there, of course, and this is rather important because it does serve as a reconnaissance unit, it does serve as something to spot and even block, just in case the MG42 needs time to set up and gun something down. So again, a rather important thing to sort of casually remember. Then again, I would, in particular for novices, again, new players, rather recommend infantry first. If you are, rather at this level, yes, you can try something like this. That is ultimately a bit of your own personal decision. We are seeing an Jeep out second for Nonsensei, hunting down the bike, which is I can't remember the name anyways. And there we go, getting behind the bike, but of course taking a bit of damage from the MP40s of the support gunners, the bike's MG, and of course the pioneers as well. The Willys Jeep was not built to resist such damage, although, they actually had an armored Jeep, which I believe they even, mounted 50 calibers on. Rather slightly larger looking thing, but that might be a bit over the top. Equipping a Jeep with a 50 caliber and some extra armor. Volkswagen squad now out for Outverse, trying to get that bike. Decard.
You're losing a sector.
And opening up a bit further here with its light 30 caliber Browning. Volkswagen moving in there. We are seeing a nice attempt at the cutoff point, trying to deny and starve Outverse from resources right on. It is a rather more harassment-based strategy since he's using a Jeep. And there we go, Rifle getting pushed away by the Volkswagen, but he has managed to cut off the point. Now he needs to contain it as long as possible in this state and not allow Outverse to break through. But of course we are seeing an MG42 sneaking up. Bike moving in, Pioneers moving in. Jeep getting repaired. We are seeing additional rifling, but these chaps are going to get suppressed. Yes, indeed. Again, cover matters, and while cover certainly protects against suppression, if they hit you from somewhere it doesn't cover, well, you're buggered. And these rifles need to consider getting out of there. They are taking heavy damage from the Volkswagen and the 2nd squad out from Outverse. Bike trying to flank these pioneers are taking a nasty bit of damage. Nonsensei charges in, and there we go. The pioneer squad is down. Fritz lies screaming on the ground, begging for the Sanitäter. But Outverse has not yet gotten around to doing that. Still a bit of losses there for Nonsensei. A bit of an engagement right here between some pioneers and some engineers. Note, engineers not on cover. Actually, Outverse retreats. He actually could have won this, but he might have hurt the Jeep rolling through the darkness, the fog of war. And of course decided that perhaps his pioneers had better things to do than getting killed. 3rd squad of riflemen out. Small engagement here between the bike and the engineers, trying to sort of harass the securing of the munitions. And of course, no Nonsensei is not connected. He's more keen on at least ensuring that he has this, or at least that Outverse, aka Inverse, does not hold it. Sometimes that can be just as important. But we are now seeing Volkswagen moving in. These engineers are what you would call outgunned in a rather severe manner. Riflemen lining up. And looks like he is trying to set up for a rather large sweeping assault hitting from several sides, although we are seeing a second MG42 up from Outverse. Mines going down and Kriegbags on survey. So of course 2 Volksgrenadiers, 2 MGs, 1 bike. A more sort of casual start. Oh, nice push by the bike. Jeep, I mean, not the bike. Bikes tend to have less wheels than that, but details. Still, nice push here. Forces off 1 squad of Volksgrenadiers and 1 Jeep. He's trying to hit the MG42. And, oh, grenades! This could actually be an indicator for Inverse to do something else. Oh, this is very close. Very close. This could be a huge loss for Outverse. And he's in fact, I think, yes, he's cancelled his skirmish phase. He knows he's bought himself some more time now with the grenades. Although, again, he might be losing more. No, oh! Bloody lucky for that MG gunner. Volksgrenadiers, though, are taking losses and certainly things are not alright, but now he's actually going for a heavier tier 1. He knows manpower and fuel has been spent in the initial tier, and of course he's also suffering a bit, so now he's actually trying to sort of stick a bit around longer in the first tier and actually push harder. So now we are seeing a third Volksgrenadier squad, thus giving him a bit more of an aggressive bent in his force combination. 3 Volksgrenadiers is a bit more, solid attack force. Can also work quite nicely in defense if you know what you're doing, of course. There go, pushing in. Bike leading the way. Doing a bit of harassment with the bike, pushing things out of cover. Volksgrenadiers moving up in the flank. Rather sweeping counterattack through the western half, and Flash being a bit silly. Ravnir coming under fire. Volksgrenadiers and bike. Others going down. Troops getting reinforced. Come on. Be nice. Second MG42 moving out, and now he's going for... No, he's cancelling, and he's going for a sniper. He's going for an incredibly heavy tier 1. He's going for a rather large infantry force of the sort of lighter kind. 2 MG42s, 3 Volksgrenadiers, 1 bike, 1 sniper. Inverse must be feet. Oh! Jeep went down. Probably hit a mine right there. Nice little move right there. Nonsensei is holding most of the map, but he's also taking a bit of a beating now. And certainly his infantry forces are going to come under a lot greater pressure with such, again, a heavy tier 1. The only thing that can save him probably against that is, well, getting an M8 out as soon as possible. And, of course, trying to avoid getting Panzergrenadiers to death. Now, of course, it's time for Inverse to rather push hard, and Nonsensei hasn't really laid down on any mines that could actually sort of delay such an advance or even stall it temporarily. Looks like he's actually gone for 4 rifleman squads as well, so Nonsensei is actually going for a somewhat heavy tier 1 as well. Definitely a bit of unorthodox play, not really what we usually see. I mean, Jeep, 3 false riflemen seems to be it, but then 4 grenades, and versus, of course, a very heavy initial tier from Outverse. Interesting. Tria center up. And now we are seeing the advance of the Wehrmacht again, popping units into buildings to sort of provide line of sight, although careful with advancing the sniper so boldly. He could have hit a mine, and that would be no sniper. And we are seeing a bit of reconnaissance in not Outverse, Inverse, Outverse, in an Outverse, trying to figure out what's going on. He's trying to sort of keep an eye on Nonsensei, and of course spot, is he actually building a motor pool tank depot? What should I be worrying about as a Wehrmacht commander? Although of course he might be sort of formulating it a bit differently up in his head. I would imagine that's sort of the general idea when you're rushing a bike that close to the opponent's base. And we are seeing a motor pool up. We are probably going to be seeing an armoured car. And again, Nonsensei must of course know that Inverse has gone for a pretty extended initial tier, and of course might have a chance there to hit with an armoured car. Though again, it also means his rifle now going to be a bit into a problem, since he's rather facing a sweeping palette of Wehrmacht forces and weapons. There we go, rifleman shot through the face by the sniper. Advancing up, right, center, west. Nice sweep, and we are seeing minesweepers up as well. He's actually again thinking forwards. He's not met a mine from Inverse or Outverse yet, but he is of course thinking I might be reaching that, of course, in which case he is going to need... Oh no, that was a bit unfortunate. Grenade toss did not work to his advantage. Rifleman now going to need to retreat. Another grenade on the rifleman. Volksgrenadiers 2 down. Defenestration of the explosive kind. I suppose you'd call that an explosive defenestration. And again, bike charging in. There's a nice little gap here in the southern base. Really nasty if you're the Wehrmacht and someone decides to move in with some demo charges and you're not prepared. Nonetheless, oh, nice flank on the MG run here with a flamethrower. Forced away, but again, now Outverse knows everything he needs to know. He knows what he's facing. He's getting a pack. So of course, he knows he's going to be facing armored cars. And there we go, the Greyhound armored car, the principal reconnaissance armored car, actually, although they also preferred using light tanks, although again they were getting a bit tired of the Stuart light tank. And again, Stuart was a British name, and they were hoping to replace it with the Chaffee. That came about rather late, in particular December 1944 more specifically. But there we go, armored car moving in, armored skirts already up, that is good. Nonsensei again retaking a lot of territory, not a lot of mines to stall Outverse. And Outverse, in fact, would be rather vulnerable to it since he has absolutely no minesweepers. A medic bunker would also be a nice move with all these units, all this infantry, all these boots on the ground, ready to be casualtied and turned into grenadiers. Troops are reinforcing, and a medic station, of course, would also be a nice thing for Nonsensei. Again, helps greatly with attrition, helps for the fight in the longer run. So again, always something to recommend, suggest. Let us in fact go have a look at Nonsensei. Armored car rolling in, 50 caliber on top. And the Volkswagen is just getting hammered with it. Pack though getting off a good shot on the armored car. The Greyhound got blasted a bit and attempted a Panzerfaust, but the Greyhound managed to escape the range. Another push from Nonsensei. No doctrine from yet. Sniper homes up, gets a nice kill. Mines discovered but not swept away. And the pack could be overcome, but no. Sniper. And looks like Nonsensei is playing a bit more conservatively now. Although another minor force moving up the east, doing his best to keep on to the victory points, and already Inverse is close to 300 points down. Veterans want to run right from squad already, and we could be seeing a Volkswagen squad go down for Inverse, but no, another one moves in, although they are caught out in the open.
We're losing ground out there.
And 14 kills already for the sniper. He's really done the job quite well. MG42 stops this push, although again a push up here on the flank. Armored car repair, pack rushing down, MG's moving about, awfully close to hitting that mine. That could have been absolutely devastating for Nonsensei. Continued advances up here. All of these might have been forgotten a bit. They're not taking the point, they're just standing about. Artillery going down on the pack, I imagine. BAR's up at the same time. He's rather going for the... Okay, he gets the pack crew. That was a bit of a random artillery bit. Still, he's got Browning automatics. His rifle are quite powerful, but will they be powerful enough? Of course, with the armor cover, you can use that. Probably can also do a little harassment damage. Pack, though, is still operational. Just needs a few good German hands to take it over and feed it fresh ammunition. And another counterattack by Outverse. Grenadiers are now joining in. Some tougher German infantry. Riflemen, though, taking up position with the BARs. And one immediately gets shot through the face. And a Panzergrenadier is also up. So Grenadiers doing a nice job in that department. MG stopping there. Pioneers on the run. And the mine which Nonsensei must not have been spotted, because he's got infantry now. And he's quickly shifting out towards the west. Mines there, by the way. Fun. We are seeing a German response Grenadiers and the sniper. And even some pioneers rushing in. Armored car moving up. And the pack is on the move. So if he by some luck discovers it. Oh dear, MG42 could be going down. 50 caliber 37mm gun. And there we go. The MG is gone, but the armored car is taking direct hits from the pack. And he's stopping up. Nonsensei stopping up. He could in fact take the MG. Nehmen Sie. Come on. Nonsensei, no nonsense from you. And he's not doing it. He's just pushing on. Trying to do as much damage, but I think if he could secure that MG42, he could do even more damage. And we are seeing the pack possibly getting knocked out. No! Propaganda war! Inverse saves the day with terror and propaganda war. Making the Americans believe there's a great horde coming towards them. And there's only a few Volksgrenadiers and Helmut on this bike with Fritz. Weapon support center up. Looks like Nonsensei has had enough of the crouch sniper. He's going to get his own counter sniper. And Enver is actually using his grenadiers to recruit. That's interesting. Of course, that will be a rather nasty MG crew. It will be tougher than, say, a regular one. And of course, the grenadiers will be shooting with grenadier rifles. So, of course, in that sense, a bit more nasty. We are seeing the second MG fortune up here with some pioneers pushing up both sides. Again, trying to sort of force Nonsensei to spread out a bit. Weapon support center is up. We are seeing a supplier upgrade. That's good. Very good. Will help with veterancy, but of course also help with supply yard upkeep. More impressive force assembling. More grenadiers of the 2nd Panzer Division. And artillery getting called in on the MG. That seems a bit aggressive. And a bit of overkill. But he must be getting a bit fed up. Volkswagen is hiding up in the building here rather than hitting in from all sides. So they are seeing a German response already. Volkswagen is a sniper. Bike though could be going down. This could be the end of the bike with 6 kills. For Inverse. Right from here though, doing a bit badly outside the house. Volkswagen is firing in from relative safety. And there's in fact some shooting out of the side windows as well. Rather than not doing too well. And there we go, retreat. Pushing up here but getting stuck by another grenadier squad with Panzergrenadiers. Inverse is rather concerned about armor. It seems like, oh, close to a mine, close to a mine. MG stopping the push right there. But the same, of course, also alerts Nonsensei to its flank, which is rather exposed. Not doing too well here against the Volksgrenadiers, who again, due to the wonders of actually being in a building, were able to survive a lot more than they normally had. I mean, garrisoning at proper times can do a lot. Of course, garrisoning at the wrong times can also do a lot for your opponent. There we go, snipers on the way for Nonsensei. Advancing up the eastern flank, the sniper with 25 kills. He's definitely earned himself an Iron Cross. First class at this stage. Killed quite a few Yankees. Sniped some fools, little Yankee heads. Nonsensei gathering up for a counter-attack. He is bleeding quite desperately. Again, the lack of a medic station is perhaps hurting him a bit.
Front lines are collapsing.
And there we go, the sniper is ready. Engineers getting shot up. And it is moving in, no veterans as of yet for Inverse. We are in fact now seeing a storm armory going up. Engineers getting pushed away, and engineer down. And he's not even fully enforced, he's still moving on. A bit of a perilous situation. Nonsensei knows he needs to counterattack quickly. He is a bit dry, but at the same time Inverse is quickly advancing now with a rather severe infantry force. He's got 3 Volksgrenadiers and 2 Grenadier squads. That is quite an overwhelming amount of infantry. In fact, it's more infantry that Nonsensei has. Nonsensei, of course, has more firepower, but still, he's a bit of a problem, particularly, of course, also due to the MGs and the snipers, although, again, he has a sniper of his own. And he's hoping to lure in Outverse sniper. Nice push right here in the east. Pushes away the 2 Volksgrenadier squads.
Ready for the crowd.
Troops reinforcing.
Losing ground out there.
And there we go, Sturm Armory is up. Which is good. Troops are reinforcing. Grenadiers are waiting. And we are seeing a medic bunker up, so that's definitely going to help with attrition, which is definitely again going to further aid Outverse and the 2nd Panzer Division. So now, of course, troops will not be wasted. Casualties, you know, are not just going to like, oh no, they hate me or don't care about me. Instead, they will be picked up, and then when there are enough wounded who have been patched together, you will get a Grenadier squad. So Rather important bit right there, and again, this could in fact be what strangles Nonsensei. Grenadiers getting pushed off. Taking minor losses from also BAR fire. MG42 though saving the day. And now the armor cars arrive with an auto cannon. This is definitely going to be a bit of another problem, although we are seeing an anti-tank in response. Cut down right in front of the MG, trying to hold on. And we are seeing the sniper. He has revealed himself. Nonsensei has revealed his own sniper. And of course knows that, of course, now English will be more ready. Grenade going off. MG crew dead and gone. This is a bit of a problem for Outverse, and he's just lost an MG42 fully. No chance of recovery. Grenadiers opening up. Armored car breaching through here. Bolting, in fact. And the sniper hiding in the shrubbery. Trying to fool the Germans into thinking he's a Bush.
Yes, I am a Bush. Please do not look at me, Mr. Kraut.
Sneaking away. There we go, though. Nice shot. And of course ruining himself right in front of the Germans, thus ruining the whole I'm a Bush idea. And moving a bit too close, getting suppressed by the machine gunner in place. An anti-tank gun is ready. Riflemen sort of ready. And quick counter movement by Enverse to try and slow down the VP drain. In fact, turn it against Nonsensei. Nonsensei, though, has otherwise though been able to rather keep his troops alive. Both sides, in fact, have exercised quite excellent, judicious unit preservation, or at least squad preservation. Though that MG squad down for Enverse is going to make it a bit harder to sort of slow down and rob the Americans of momentum, which is rather what he's so far successfully done. Volkskriegs squad could be going down. This could be another huge loss. Anti-tank gun opening up on the armored car. And Heinz escapes. Armored car, though, suffers a bit. Grenadiers reformed. Definitely to the advantage of Enverse now. That gives him another Grenadier squad. Lots of grenades on the Volksgrenadiers. Almost. He could get the squad. He could get the squad. Bet 22 for another Rifleman squad. Snipers and Grenadiers, though, managed to get away. Oh, this is just not the day for Nonsensei. He's so close yet every single time. In this case, Enverse's troops, or Outverse's troops, actually escape. And Nonsensei has suffered. I mean, yes, Enverse is also bleeding a bit, but by Jove. Not really his day, and I mean, it can happen to everyone. It can happen also to the Germans. You see the Americans slipping away. But of course, it's never fun. And now, of course, question is, will Nonsensei be able to repeat the trick and dodge a sniper fire? BAR picked up, giving these chaps 3 of them, in fact. Oh, get them out, get them out. No, no, no. Oh, dear. Although armored car went down, I think he just built on one, it seems like. But a BAR was left behind for the Germans. Grenadiers now have a bit of allied crap to fire with, but at least faster firing allied crap. But at least Nonsensei did not lose an entire rifleman squad, though it was pretty damn close. And again, looks like Mr. Outverse lost an armored car fully. So I mean, Outverse is suffering something, but Nonsensei really needs to be able to finish off at least a few squads, and now he's actually getting veteran form. In fact, he's got 6 infantry squads versus Nonsensei's 4. I mean, that's a real serious problem for Nonsensei. That's a huge infantry force, a rather solid Panzergrenadier platoon, heavily equipped, with a mix of Panzergrenadiers and some BARs. Going a bit down there, though. He could get equipment with an LMG, but that's not really Enverse's style from what I know. Armored car rolls in. No Sturmgeschütz, no armor as of yet. And yay, retreat back. Always fun indeed. Though in this case, no, sure what he missed. Lost. Sniper moving up, anti-tanker moving up. He's really hoping to do some work there. Grenades on the MG. Killing out 2, but the Volksgrenadiers and everything else just charging into the riflemen, doing heavy damage. And the riflemen just caught out in the open with armored cars. Armored cars. Grenadiers with BARs, Panzergrenadiers, snipers. Well, the snipers are getting off a few good counter shots. Pushing up here towards the cutoff point. Further fighting here between Pioneers and Engineers. 10 kills and veteran C2 for Nonsensei sniper, although Panzergrenadiers was a bit close to getting it. Nonsensei rushing out fresh troops as soon as he can to fill out the void and keep up the pressure, but again, he needs a bit more infantry, in which he's actually rather giving Outverse a much larger force and a much larger reserve to actually react to things. So that's certainly something to remember. And this Pioneer squad could in fact go down for it. Ooh, Pioneer's down. And another infantry push over here, while at the same time also keeping a strong presence. In fact, he's up to 4 Grenadier squads. That's 2 reformed so far. Troops reforming, or reinforcing. In fact, again, Nonsensei could benefit from medic station, I think. And Inverse could be in fact getting a King Tiger, die Königstiger, anytime soon.
Sniper ready to engage.
And a mine. Ooh, Grenadiers hit. Awfully wounded. Rifleman veteran G2. Sniper continues sniping away, getting more kills. Nice German push. 2 Volksgrenadier squads, MG, Grenadiers, and even the armor car following up. Medics rushing in. And he's actually not focusing on them. He must be overlooking them, which is actually a bit unfortunate. Grenadiers getting run down. Anti-tank and opening up. Armor car though doing what it can. MG doing as well, suppressing 1 squad already. Mine goes off, pinning and stopping the push from Nonsensei, although without causing major casualties, which actually means there won't be much longer before it returns. And we actually see Outverse actually losing a Volksgrenadier squad now, absolutely gunned down. And I imagine the medics are already on the way somewhere. No, they're too busy over here.
Pioneer squad reports. Replacements have arrived.
But actually quite a bit of infantry, veteran G2, snipers, veteran G2. In fact, all of his infantry is veteran G2. That's actually quite the difference. Again, increases accuracy and makes them harder to hit, but also actually gives them some suppression resistance and other fun little bonuses. King Tiger ready to be called in, but not quite yet. Bjarnstedt seeing veteran G2 for the infantry. That's definitely going to make a bit more of an uphill climb, since there are 4 Grenadier squads on the field. Ooh, artillery is up though for Nonsensei. He's going to blast those Krauts into submission.
Field repairs are finished.
Well, fun fact, there was actually one sort of infantry type division was actually supposed to have armored cars, and that was the Fallschirmjäger division, the 3rd one. In Normandy, it was apparently also even supposed to have half tracks. Rather interestingly, so again you sort of see the Fallschirmjägers were actually at least at some stage actually sort of be more converted towards more being converted to sort of something like a half Panzergrenadier division with having some more mobile assets. So fun little facts there in fact. Ooh, Propaganda War saves a sniper very close.
We're losing a sector.
And again, informing as I learn. Artillery though, trying to support, but his artillery is not really doing much, which is a bit dull. You know, you have rather hope your first barrage is rather the one that does the most, since of course your opponent's not ready. Snipers up, Volksgrenadier down, riflemen up, perhaps from some grenades. At the front door, yes indeed. And Helmut got thrown into the door before dying. And yes, suffering to the armor cars and some Volksgrenadiers. Grenadiers arriving, and we are seeing the riflemen getting pushed away. Further fighting up here, sniper moving in. 40 kills, that man is an ace. Probably already now going to be called Major König. Anti-tank moving up, protecting against any armor car rushes. Grenadiers going down, veteran C3. In fact, Inverse is really pushing much into his infantry. And Outverse complaining about something. Oh, another Volksgrenadier squad down. That's actually less good. Grenadiers here could be going. Yes, grenade on the Grenadiers. Sniper fire as well. Oh, but the grenade does nothing. It does nothing. Propaganda War stops one rifleman squad. Another fight over here against the Grenadiers. And the Grenadier squad down. Grenadier squad down. Oh, and the sniper misses. Outverse, the sniper misses. But, oh, Nonsensei. Oh, bloody hell. He was so much out in the open without getting... No, and he reveals himself, Nonsensei. What? Why did you do that? Oh dear. Riflemen do manage to secure a Panzergrenadier, but that was definitely a bit of a balls up right there by Nonsensei. Just lost himself a veterancy 3 sniper, and he's just done so much damage. He's cut down pretty much the remaining Fultz Grenadiers. He's took out, well, but one, he even took out a Grenadier squad. So that's actually 3 infantry squads in short succession. And we are seeing artillery towards the base as units retreat in. Not doing a lot, and we're also seeing here to try and protect that victory point again. Nonsensei is definitely trying to drain Outverse of victory points and try to win that way. 1 kill still though for the howitzers, not doing too much. And we are seeing the Germans and Outverse greedily advancing again into the name of the 2nd Panzer Division, although so far mostly just the Panzergrenadiers and some of its Ausklärungsabteilung. Sniper fire. 42 kills. Volkskriegs up there, and another propaganda war covering the flank. Although at the same time we are seeing a push up there. Panzergrenadier and sticky bomb on the armored cars. The riflemen advancing most courageously and not stopping that armored car. Instead they are suffering rather heavily. Quickly out of there again. And anti-tank on fire on this armored car from the... which could in fact knock it out, in particular if you see some armor-piercing rounds. Oh dear, one more shot, one more shot. Riflemen versus veterancy 3 Grenadiers. Grenadiers are in fact abandoning that cover. And we are seeing artillery trying to get that armored car. Riflemen getting absolutely executed towards the hedgerow. Oh, he lost a rifleman squad. He lost a rifleman squad. That's absolutely huge for Nonsensei. And he's just missing the armor car. Nonsensei. Oh, so close, and then just the main gun destroyed. I mean, it was a bit of a risk, yes, certainly. So I mean, it would certainly have been good luck have he actually gotten it. Grenadiers are moving in. Nasty hit right there. Grenadiers down. Riflemen moving up. Nonsensei definitely doing his best, and he's probably saving up for an off-map combat group. He's only got some of the manpower for it. In fact, with 2 supplied upgrades, it should go reasonably fast. But we are seeing a Königssieger. The King Tiger is out. The Tiger Do. Panzergrenadiers trying to connect. Volkskriegs going down, trying to cover it. Sniper retreating. Grenadiers on the flank, a bit exposed. And we are seeing artillery. Well, we are hearing it so far. He's probably trying to hit the King Tiger on the retreat, do a bit of damage that way. And no, Outverse does not fall for it. He instead advances the King Tiger. And we are seeing an armor coming up on the flank. Nonsensei really has absolutely rotten luck with that howitzer. He's hitting practically nothing. Rather than moving up here, and there's actually nothing to stop them. Outverse has largely left his entire western flank open. Armor cars, and there we go. We can see an off-map combat group now. Off-map. And a tank destroy. Oh, 2 MGs in the rifleman squad. Not quite probably what I imagine Nonsensei was looking for, though it could stall the German advance a bit. And that tank destroyer is going to be rushing straight into an anti-tank gun trap. Rather than advancing up here, but suffering from the armor cars. Another armor car out for Outverse. And advancing up here, which is now completely open to Outverse. Tank destroyer continues. Hopes to probably catch some of those armor cars, which is a slight problem for Outverse, since rather as most of his anti-tank infantry can really anti-tank infantry can react are the King Tiger and the Grenadiers, and neither of them are really nearby, although some Panzerfaust do the trick. Veterancy free for the riflemen though. Veterancy free.
100 points and counting down.
30 caliber sending up to protect that cutoff point. Pack has been cleared out. Would be an idea for Nonsensei to recruit it and turn it against Outverse and the Germans. And the Grenadiers rushing in and already suppressed again. Veteran 2 actually makes Grenadiers easier to suppress. But secure that pack would be my suggestion. King Tiger though rolls in, intending to break the stalemate.
Eyes on me, infantry.
Rather than trying to move in and sticky bomb it, but again, recruit that pack.
Sniper's got a suit.
Germans are seizing territory.
47 kills on the sniper. Riflemen suffering heavily. Both 30 calibers are now moving towards the east, interestingly enough. More artillery against the victory point. And as usual, Nonsensei just can't seem to hit diddly. Repairing the tank destroyer is a good move though. And there we go. Anti-tank and recruit now just needs to pull it away towards some slightly better positions for him that can't be so easily outflanked. Bit quiet. King Tiger advancing and anti-tank has not moved. Grenadier support though. And the anti-tank is not. Oh dear, it might.
Infantry squad
I think
lost.
that pack was actually bugged when it was taken. That's a bit unfortunate.
Enemy unit down.
Sniper though went down. Finally, Sniper is down.
Routes are
A
ready.
hero of Germany has died at the vile hands of Nonsensei. He shall be avenged.
Supply
More
lines are
artillery.
broken. We have territory out of supply.
Volkskrieger advancing at the 30 caliber to the Grenadiers. And bombardment against the German base. Getting stopped by all those 30 calibers, but the armor cars are dealing with the one on the west. Left. Armor car suffering a bit empty, opening up on the engineers. 65 points left for Outverse. If Nonsensei can hold it for just a bit longer, he can win this game. And the tank destroyer is going to get very, very heavily outclassed by that Königsjäger.
Taking automatic fire.
We're down one tank.
And tank destroyer down to the King Tiger. Rifleman there, I fear, will die if they do not leave the building now. And
Point is being seized.
need to retreat as well.
Live forever.
Instead, get sniped by a new sniper from Outverse.
Engineers get the piss.
Armor car takes a direct hit from the anti-tanker. Very soon to getting another off-map combat group. Very soon, very soon.
Enemy unit.
And the armored car went down, leaving only one behind. King Tiger, those moving up on the flank. And artillery, more artillery. Almost closing the armored car.
Losing ground.
And also somehow missing the Volkskrieger advancing through the barrage.
Forward supply lines are broken. Infantry
Sniper clearing
squad
out the
lost.
anti-tank gun. Could be getting an off-map combat group though. There we go, Volkskrieger's being forced away.
Enemy is down to 50 points.
And there we go. Two tank destroyers, one rifleman squad and a mortar. That's probably more his liking. MG advancing at the victory point again. He's completely focusing everything on the victory
Enemy
points.
unit down.
And we looks like we just saw Outverse lose another armored car. Oh wait, that was actually not a tank destroyer. That was an armored car itself. Silly Dane still. He just needs to hold those victory points for a bit longer, and he could win this game. Now, of course, he just needs to be able to hold them, have the resources to it. And another Grenadier squad reformed. Ooh, sniper could be going down. This is rather unfortunate for Outverse. And the King Tiger can't hit! We are seeing a Greyhound mine actually knocking out the King Tiger as it finally hits. That's only going to be a temporary sort of thing. Still holding on to the 2 victory points. Let's go have a look at Outverse, for whom things are getting a bit desperate as well. He needs to counter-attack. He still has 5 infantry squads, although he's suffering a bit left and right. Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers with BARs rifle getting suppressed, pinned and murdered.
You have only 25 points. You must turn the battle immediately.
23 points for the 2nd Panzer Division as the 1st Infantry pushes on. Its troops are getting suppressed. They are getting murdered. They are getting hounded. More artillery tank destroyer doing what it can, but it's getting knocked out, suffering heavily as well to Panzergrenadiers and Panzerfaust. Riflemen getting blasted. Points being retaken. And the mortar trying to cover that western victory point. So close, and looks like Nonsensei might get a bit too eager. He might lose too many squads. He needs to retreat, and we are seeing another push up here from the south. Another Veterans Free squad. And the other survives. Then he's moving to deal with the mortar. In the meanwhile, one M1 carbine to protect. Not really going to do much against 2 very angry Grenadiers. And the tank destroyer went down. 18 points left. Another sticky bomb on the King Tiger. And the mortar went down. And Veterans 3, I mean Grenadiers Rifleman squad moving in, but they do not have the numbers either. And the Minesweeper tries to knock down the sniper, doesn't really have much success in that. This is Nonsensei absolutely strung out at his most desperate. So little to go, but he got too reckless, which can happen when your opponent's so low and you figure, I just need a few more seconds and I can win this. Then everything doesn't matter. And then of course you get too reckless and lose too much. And he actually loses a Rifleman squad. The Veterans 3 with the Panzerschreck. And Nonsensei in the 1st Infantry Division has taken a sudden pummeling from the 2nd Panzer Division, which was not necessarily a fully equipped division. It certainly lacked the Panthers needed, but it had lots of Panzer IVs. So a bit of fun there. It kills with the howitzer. That's a mild improvement. Veterans 3 Riflemen, I suspect, of course, might be trying for another off-mech gun group. Oh, Grenadier squad down! But again, the medic bunker is absolutely helping out Inverse. I think he might have gotten 4 Grenadier squads out of that bunker. And there's actually been absolutely no attempt by Nonsensei to knock it out, which is a huge boon to Outverse. Inverse, Outverse, whatever verse. 5th verse. Psalm 9. The medic bunker is my shepherd, for it shall pick up my casualties and get them back on their feet. And now Outverse is getting a lieutenant. He must be feeling pretty confident. I don't really think I ever seen some lieutenants otherwise from him. I'm advancing into the jaws of the King Tiger, in this case the high velocity 88mm gun. Tank destroyer moves in. Sticky bombs on the King Tiger.
The enemy has 300 points. Americans are seizing territory from us.
Down to half health, going for that victory point. Troops getting sniped, 14 kills. Units dying a bit, but ultimately he still has 4 Grenadier squads. He still has a lieutenant as well, and some Volksgrenadiers. And Nonsensei. Oh, he just lost another Veterans 3 Rifleman squad.
attack.
And his tank destroyers moving in there, while in the meanwhile we're seeing a last Veteran 3 Rifleman squad moving up there, but it's getting gunned down as well. Grenade almost getting it, but not close enough.
Our territory.
And there we go, last Veteran 3 Rifleman squad gone. This is absolute. Oh, and the tank destroyer was so close to running over the lieutenant, and he was basically ready to meet his maker. And Senna Panzerfaust saved him. GG, well played. GG. Mortar squad down. And yeah, how did you? And definitely, perhaps a bit more focus on the medic bunker would have helped. Yeah, that's actually 5 now. And there we go, game over. It was rather close, I mean, really close, but in the end, Nonsensei couldn't really keep up with it. He lacked a medic station or 2 of his own. If he'd gotten that, he could probably have done it. But he was, in the end, overwhelmed, and he failed to actually rather deal with this one. And, well, you know, the more howitzer probably could have been targeted a bit better. Instead, he actually ended up many times doing nothing with it, which, again, is not really necessarily the best move. Perhaps some Rangers could also have helped. Perhaps 1 squad at the very least. But otherwise, he should have considered getting a medic station. He should consider dealing with the medic bunker of Outverse. And some better targeting for his artillery. Otherwise, I mean, he did a lot of things right, but in the end, Outverse was simply able to sort of resist the attrition and sort of suffer the losses much better than Nonsensei could. And then Nonsensei sort of panicked by the end, tried to sort of hope and desperately hold it, but again, he got too reckless and lost everything. So, there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends? And if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dane, saying cheers.